Ronnie. This video is going to walk you through solving equations involving angles and a pair of parallel lines. So for here it says that line O is parallel to line H, so they're running in the same direction, never going to intersect. We're finding the values of x and z. So here we have these two angles that we don't know the measure of, but we do know this one over here, which is 72 degrees. Now, this one over here is helpful because we have our parallel lines, and we know that certain angles, when we're looking at parallel lines, will be congruent. So this 72 degrees is an alternate exterior angle with 6z minus 78 degrees. Since they're alternating and they're exterior, they're actually congruent, so I can set them equal to each other. Whoops, that's an equal sign there. And then I can solve for z. So I'm going to add 78 to both sides. And I end up with 150, it looks like. And then that equals 6z. Let's go ahead and divide 150, this is a z here, by 6. So divide both sides by 6. And we end up with 25, it looks like. So z is 25 degrees. So that's the number that would go right there for z. We also want to find x. Now, if we take a look at x, it's right next to this angle that we're able to now figure out. And because they're right next to each other, they're adjacent and they're along that line H, they're actually a linear pair. So if I add the two angles together, I would get 180 degrees because they're supplementary. They're a linear pair forming a line. So I'm basically adding this and this together to get 180 degrees. And I know that z is 25, so I can plug that number in. 6 times 25 minus 78. And then now I have an equation that only has an x in it and some numbers, so I can solve it. Now 6 times 25 is 150. And if I take away 78 from there, it's going to be 72 degrees. And so I'm going to subtract 72 from 180, which, let's see, is going to come out to, I believe, 108. And so this measure here is 108 degrees. Now, you might have noticed that I actually knew that this angle was 72 degrees right here because this was paired as an alternate exterior angle with this angle. So 72 plus 108 degrees would be 180 degrees. So that's just one way of doing these. There's always more than one right way. You just have to be a little creative. It's kind of like a puzzle to figure out. So every problem is a little different, so focus on finding your alternate interior, alternate exterior, and corresponding angles, and that'll help you get started on these. So good luck. Let me know how it goes.